Hello, welcome to Commenculo Chanel. Mysterious shipwrecks, long-lost artifacts, and alternate realities are all hallmarks of a classic Clive Cussler novel, and they'll also be featuring in your daydreams whenever you check the time on the Doxa sub 300T Sharkhunter Clive Cussler. When the first collaboration was released last year, I'd never seen anything like it. Aged cases have been done before, but it's rare to see a watch that embraces a character so deeply. Honoring what would have been the late Clive Cussler's 93rd birthday, the Doxa sub 300T Clive Cussler has returned with a dark Sharkhunter dial. Both Clive Cussler and his fictional hero Dirk Pitt wore a 1960s Doxa sub 300T because it is the quintessential 60s diver. Colorful, quirky, and cushion-cased, the modern incarnation of the sub 300T is pretty much a spot-on reissue when it comes to wearability. A 42.5mm diameter can sound a little intimidating if your wrists are on the small side, but it's actually only 44.5mm from lug to lug thanks to that cushion shape. The 14mm thickness suits its bulky charm without going overboard, and the 300 meters of water resistance is more than enough for pretty much any form of water-related activity. It's impossible to overlook the finish on this stainless steel case. It hasn't actually been lost in a coral reef for 50 years, it's just been coated to look as if it's been oxidized and scuffed up. This treatment extends to every metallic surface on the watch so that nothing can break the immersion, but it's not so rough that you can't read the decompression markings on the bezel. It's a pretty brave move to make a watch look this old when it's brand new, but it seems like the first reference must have sold well enough to warrant this sequel. Heaps of companies will play around with crazy dials, but it takes real commitment to alter a case this much. If you ever made a treasure map as a kid, burning the edges with a lighter and staining the paper with tea bags or coffee, then this is the watch for you. The wear and tear really contribute to the story of age and adventure far more than just off-white luminous paint, and even the date window uses parchment tones to hold back on the amount of clean white. The compass rose is front and center, and thin lines emanate from it to evoke the spokes of a ship's wheel. Each dial is ground by hand, making the specific array of scratches and blemishes unique for every watch. Stripping back everything that makes the Clive Cussler model what it is, the Doxa sub 300T roots are very much intact. The white printing hasn't been discolored like the Super Luminova, and the off-center text is intrinsic to the watch's playfulness. You'll also notice throughout the course of owning this watch that the numbers 7, 15, and 31 on the date wheel are colored red, and that's in reference to the author's birthday on July 15, 1931. You can't have a watch that looks like sunken treasure and then put a shiny new bracelet on it. The Beads of Rice bracelet, which is a classic pairing for any diver and especially a Doxa, looks incredible with the case-matched antique finish. The clasp is no different, and no shiny metal can be seen, even when the diver's extension is fully open. There is a black FKM rubber strap if you feel the need for a slightly more modern look, but even then, the folding clasp has been given the shipwreck treatment. If you think you can find something that makes it even more fun to wear, the 20mm lug width allows for plenty of options. The inside of one of the lugs is also inscribed with a number out of 93, signifying the limited edition. The Doxa sub 300T Sharkhunter Clive Cussler is by no means a complicated watch, and thus the Soletta SW200-1 makes a perfectly fine movement. It's not exactly a prestige caliber, but it's proven itself to be a reliable and accurate movement in the same manner as the ETA 28242 it's based on. The 28,800 VPH beat rate gives a smooth sweep to the seconds hand. The date display is able to be quick set via the crown, and the automatic winding keeps the 38-hour power reserve topped up throughout a day of wear. The caseback screws down over it, and is etched with the names of shipwrecks and artifacts discovered by Numa, once a fictional organization in Cussler's books, then founded and run by him until his death in 2020.